What's up, man? We getting close to Judgment Day. That'll be here, what, in an hour, 2 hours, if it's not happening right now. But I wanted to go over this situation. Let me read it to you. It says a whistleblower battled political and bureaucratic resistance in efforts to expose the manipulated intelligence behind the Russian collusion hoax. DNI Tulsi Gabbard released new documents which provide a first-hand account of the intelligence community whistleblowers' relentless efforts to expose this egregious manipulation and manufacturing of intelligence. They believe that the CIA director Brennan worked to craft the January 2017 intelligence community assessment at Obama's request in a directed supervisor attempt to pressure the whistleblower to endorse the January 2017 key findings about the Russian government alleged support for then candidate Trump. The whistleblower put their own well-being in the line to defend our democratic republic, ensure the American people learn the truth about how President Obama directed the creation of intelligence community assessment that knowingly promoted falsehoods claiming Russia helped President Trump get elected in 2016. In doing so, the Obama administration sought to delegitimize President Trump's presidency, subverting the will of the American people and enacting essentially a year-long coup against President Trump. The American people, thanks to this individual and other courageous whistleblowers, the American people are finally learning the truth about the dangerous consequences of weaponized intelligence. And our point is to make sure this doesn't happen again. Statement from the whistleblower supervisor: despite expressing concerns about the discredited information used to support those findings and action that the whistleblower supervisor said would be necessary for the whistleblower to receive a promotion, the whistleblower's refusal to accept and concur with the January 2017 ICA findings stating I cannot concur in good conscience based on information available that Russians preferred that then candidate Trump 2016. The whistleblower is concerned about flawed intelligence practices, namely selectively using open source references to Russian media as evidence for the Russian government support for Trump, while ignoring foreign media from other nations, including NATO allies, that designated Trump and preferred and supported Hillary Clinton. The whistleblowers' records also show how former DNI James Clapper and other senior Obama officials officially privately denounced the Steele dossier despite simultaneously ensuring that the January 2017 ICA included in it. The whistleblower previously reported these concerns to more than a dozen government offices, include the IC, IG, and special counselors, Durham, a U.S. senator, and unofficial whistleblower channels over the last years. DNC, with Director of National Intelligence, Gabbard, Whistleblowers Protection, enabled her to investigate and confirm these allegations, revealed the truth about Obama-led creation of the manufactured intelligence assessments, which knowingly use false and discredited information to sell a lie to the American people. The document would be used as the foundation for multiple investigations and legal actions against President Trump and senior officials. Whistleblowers have historically faced hurdles to reporting, expose wrongdoing, political pressures, threats of actual retaliation, bureaucratic obstacles, and the unnecessary intentional overclassification of intelligence have too often hindered public disclosure and accountability and reform. Director of National Intelligence Gabbard made clear that every individual in the intelligence community understood their rights as potential whistleblowers, which includes having access to legal protected channels to report wrongdoing. These actions are to bring forth justice and join efforts to restore trust and accountability in government. Wow. So, and Kash Patel is the one that's going to put this thing together, man. And it's as wild as it sounds, man. You know, when he decides to make the arrest, it's going to be wild, man. It's going to be wild. I never thought this would happen in America. Never thought it would happen. And you can see that Obama's real quiet. If you take a look at this, Obama is not really going after Trump, complaining about Trump. He's not doing it. And you know, the thing about it is, I know, hey, I'm thinking like you, never going to happen. I'm thinking the way you think until it happens. And this is what they're saying. This is on White House website. And Trump has spoke about it, and I've seen her speak about it. There's a couple of whistleblowers, people who were around during the 2017 Russian hoax, Russian gate, and they're ready to testify that they were denied an opportunity or their complaint was ignored. Their complaint was based on promotions. They're ready to come forth. And as crazy as it sounds, and I'm sitting up here taking a look at this, he's trying to lock them up, man. We know Trump, he'll do it. We know Trump will do it. Come on. We know he'll do it. And they're saying they have credible evidence. And I'm like you. I'm like most people. I think it's ridiculous. I think this is an attempt to try to make Obama stay quiet. He don't want Obama, just like he did the John Bolton. He don't like the fact that the guys go on these networks and they undermine him. What they tried to cut some guys' pay. I wouldn't put it past Trump. And I know you guys are sitting up here saying that you don't believe it, but you don't believe it until it happens. And on top of this, why are they bringing it up? If this is not going to happen, why are they bringing it up? Why is he letting his DNI take time out of her schedule to focus on something that's never going to happen? They also said they would release the Epstein files. I got you. They didn't do that. Arias says he doesn't believe anything coming out of the White House. Okay. I can feel where you're going with that, brother. I can feel you, but I don't know. It says, wow, man, I wonder how the black community is going to handle Obama being cuffed up and walked away. Yeah, he'll get his fair day in court. He deserves that. And perhaps he'll beat the charges. Perhaps they'll drop the charges. But, man, this reminds me of Nelson Mandela. This really does, the way they put him in jail. He was against apartheid. He had to go they put him in jail. They said Trump's in the. Yeah. He said they won't follow through. Well, I hope not. Well, now, believe it or not, I say I hope not, but there are people out there that are looking forward to this. They're looking forward to this. In fact, they're upset that it's not happening sooner. They're 100% in lockstep with Trump. They felt like the Obama administration should be arrested. They felt that they interfered with that election. They felt that the people were denied the truth, and they want to see these public hearings with Barack Obama. I hope so, Porgy. For you and my sake, I hope so. I see Obama. I see Trump. I see these guys. You know, you trust your leaders. You put your trust in them, and you hope that things come out the way that they need to come out. Just like this doomsday that we're headed to tonight. If it happens, just like this moment, you hope that the decisions are made and the people are protected, and we can move forward. We hope these things happen. We try. We think they should happen. Kash Patel to issue criminal charges to Barack Obama. Criminal charges. He will be taken into custody and he'll get his day in court. Trump has openly said that he believes that he interfered with the election, his election. He took discredited information, put it out to the public, and tried his best to try to influence the election. And you know what, Ann, you can say that all you want, you know, and it's a big joke until it happens, right? It's a big joke until it happens. And I'm just saying he's got to keep this country together. I mean, it's going to be just like a lot of people in the chat box are surprised. That's going to be something, man. We'll have to just trust in the court system and trust in the fact that, you know, he's the president. And if they decide to take him in, we'll just have to wait and see how it plays out. You know what, Robert? You know what's going to happen to you? There you go. Go watch Fox News. All right. So Obama won't be arrested. He was at Epstein's Island, yet him and Big Mike still walk around. Okay. Yeah, you guys keep talking. Okay, yeah, they need to let them go too. Yeah. Put out the Epstein files, put it all out. When you redact it, only protect the names of the women. You need to put the names of the men who are attending those parties. And yet, in some kind of way, they say they're trying to protect them. And I agree. They were saying that those names shouldn't be redacted, but they are. They've given them 4 computers to process millions and millions of pages. They can only go in, I think, 4 at a time. I hope that the way they handled back when Hillary Clinton was running, I hope the way they handled that paperwork was proper, because if there's some improper handling, if there's some things that are overlooked, if there's some things that are left to interpretation, the validity of Trump's complaint may be affirmed that they pushed this document that contained information that was false deliberately to try to undermine his attempt to become president. And at that point, that's where Obama, he's going to have to lawyer up. And it's going to be crazy. The first black or mixed president, the first president of mixed heritage, the first black president, the first, whatever you want to call him, arrested. And you think about that, the possibilities of that happening is not as ridiculous as it sounds. So there was a whistleblower who came out about the files and was told after he got 400 terabytes back, but tampered. He said he was 2.5 million will never be seen by the public. Wow. You're talking about the Epstein files. Yeah, that's wild, man. I hope not. I hope not. Porgy, did you see it? It's posted. Did you see it? It's posted knowledge. Have you not seen it? You're saying you're telling me who needs your assurance, brother? It's out there. Once those files get on his desk, it's up to him to take action. With Trump picks up a phone calls and tells him to do it. He's going to do what he's told to do. You know that. Then it'll become in front of a judge, and then it'll go through there. And this is the country that we're in right now. This is the direction we're heading. I would have never thought that we would go and get into this war or conflict with Iran. It says Barack Obama was born in Kenya, committed treason. Yeah, get out of here, man. You guys want to believe that too, don't you? Woo, you got this guy, he believes it. You believe that, so it don't matter, man. You want to believe it. What does truth have to do with what you want to believe? You don't like Obama. They believe there was a Russian hoax, and they believe that Barack Obama, it was centered through him, even though it was probably started by others in the administration and working for him. What James Clapper, Comey. Ultimately, it was Obama who signed off. So Trump's upset at Obama. And they've been pushing this, man. And as ridiculous as it sounds, they've been pushing it. But before we just assume it's false, let's see what happens. Let's see what becomes of it. Before we just assume that it could never happen, let's see what happens. You would have said Trump would never be elected, but he was elected. That's his thing. Say lock him up. Yeah, but nobody's safe. With Trump in office, who's safe? And this is a message that he's sending those guys. And I'm looking at Nelson Mandela. He was in jail for 27 years. I wonder if Barack could hold out for 27 years. He said, "Do you like Obama?" I don't have a problem with Obama. He's the first black man to become president. That's all it was. Okay, I don't. We shouldn't. Do I like him? Do I like him? You're asking me. You're asking me about what they have on the government website. It's right there posted for anybody to go over there and take a look at. And you're telling me it's not going to happen. Well, why they got it up there? He's not black, he's mixed. Okay, he's a mixed race individual. And now you got to wonder how his kids feel, his wife feels, his family feels when they see Trump having Gabbard have press conferences and accuse him of breaking the law, accuse him of criminal activity as it pertains to Donald Trump, knowing that this document was false, saying the Russians were interfering with our election and they had a preference. They wanted Donald Trump to be president. You know what? This is the problem. This is the problem with so many people. You guys want to shoot the messenger. I'm not saying it's true, brother. You think that's what I'm doing? You think I'm coming out here saying that that's true? Melanie says the Russians did interfere with that election. Trump saying that they didn't. Trump saying they don't have any credible evidence that happened. Mandela was a completely different scenario. He was an activist who was thrown in jail. He was anti-apartheid. He stayed in jail for what, 27 years? And this is what you got to understand. Just like you guys look at this as silliness, you look at this and say, man, come on. This is America. They're not going to arrest a former president. They're not going to do that to him. Right? There are people who want to see him arrested. And we're not talking about one or two people. No, that's a significant, especially when you start talking about MAGA. I wouldn't say 100% of Make America Again, but I'd say at least 95%. And I could be low on that. 95% of the hat wearing MAGAs want to see Obama taken into custody. They want him to be bailed out. Michelle bailing him out. They want to see him getting a lawyer, trying to defend himself. They do want to see that. And you guys don't keep up with this stuff enough. If you think just because you feel a certain kind of way that makes it true, it doesn't. They want to see him held accountable. He says, I'm black, but I don't care about Obama. Okay, do you care if he gets arrested? Do you care one way or the other? And remember, we're at war. Just take a moment to think about it. We're at war. Yeah, and that's what I'm saying, Army. That's my whole point. You don't care. If Obama, if Trump is doing this just because he just don't like Obama and he's abusing his power, you don't care. You could care one way or the other. That's what I'm saying. So don't think it's just out of nowhere. There you go. Acro says he and Biden should be in prison. I don't know what the charge is. Yeah. Oh, Trump. Trump said he's delayed the wipeout of Iran for 2 weeks. Oh, I thought this was Judgment Day. I thought this was the day of reckoning. Let me see. Let me go catch up on this. Let me see. Trump agrees to a 2-week ceasefire with Iran. Right in the midnight hour, when it was time for Donald Trump, he got a 2-week ceasefire. Now, I don't know what that means. I don't know. Did he get the Strait open? Yeah. Civilization will die. Did he get the Strait open? Okay, I'm trying to see. He says safe passage through the strait will be allowed for 2 weeks. Wow. Yeah, and that's like another country running your country. Iran will stop military attacks as long as they're not attacked. Wow. That's wow, man. And they're trying to get the acceptance of the general framework of a 10-point proposal as a basis for negotiations. Wow, that's crazy, man. All right, so much for the end of civilization. Now, the Putin and all the other dictators, the real dictators, they're laughing at them. They're laughing at them. They're saying all of this bluster, that's not going to work with them. They're not afraid of the United States. And remember, they got a whole lot of information as far as weapons. They see the F-35 that's vulnerable. You can knock it down. They see that Iran with their weapons, their outdated weapons, managed to knock down. There's a couple of they got a couple of aircraft, and all that information and how it's being transferred to Russia and China, and they're updating and preparing their weapons. They have much more up to date weapons than America. I mean, than Iran or Iran or whatever. They're much more up to date. And this is not a good thing, man. During the Russian gate, Obama was, to a certain degree, was flippant. He laughed about it, and they pushed it, and they said that Putin wanted Trump to win. They said Putin was interfering with our elections. He said America created a nuclear weapon in 1944. Iran's still trying to create one in 82 years. You think Iran is a global? I never said Iran was a global power, brother. I don't explaining nuclear weapons. They just okay, man. Barack Obama, Barack Obama, Kash Patel, and they're going to do it for the cameras. You're gonna take a look. You're going to take a look, and then you're going to see Kash Patel perp walking Obama to the police car, taking him in custody, and charging him with interfering with that election, using information, unconfirmed information, questionable, lies in many cases, and ignoring the whistleblowers. And then America, we're already divided. Wow, we'll really be divided when that happens. Like the string, brother. We'll really be divided. Dude, you really think Kash is going to wait? Yes, if he's told to do it. What makes you think he wouldn't do it? Yeah, I see that a 2-week ceasefire. I got you, man. And they're going to bring the oil through. Interfering with the election interference. You know what? He said, brother, what you don't, you know what? You don't listen to me. That's why you don't know what you're talking about. You think I agree with this stuff? The White House has got this on the White House website. Director of National Intelligence, she's the one who says that she's trying to get it done. She's looking for more whistleblowers. Says she has a couple right now. And Kash Patel, this stuff's going to be forwarded to his offices, and then he's going to file the appropriate criminal charges to bring Obama to justice. Now, hold up. When I say that, you act like it's me saying this. I'm going by what the website says. That's going by what the website say. Before you jump out there and accuse me of anything, that's not me saying that he was guilty. If you research the Uranium One deal, it was Obama and Clinton that sold Putin 20% of U.S. uranium for nuclear weaponry. Yet you think it's true that Putin was trying to elect Trump over Clinton. Epstein files, I agree, and release them. The names, a lot of those people, they're hiding their names. Release those names. Release those names. Okay. He said, can you prove any of that? Okay. Because, I don't like this, man. Yeah, I don't like the fact that you would say something like this. Oh, let me back this up. So we see we got a ceasefire. Here it is. Here it is right here. Here it is right here. Like the stream, brother. There it is right there. Go look that up. It'll take you to DNI. It'll take you to her office where they're breaking this down. This is what they're saying. Now, if you first of all, yeah, you don't know me. If you actually think I would keep up with who whistleblows and who doesn't whistleblow, I haven't. As far as I know, Putin was messing with the American election. Does he have a favorite? I think he does. I think he wants Trump, but I don't think it's because I think he wants our country to be doing what it's doing. That's what he wants. Now he's getting money now with the gas. He's getting paid. Yeah, he's getting paid now. They lifted sanctions on him. Yeah, like the string. Like the string. And to me, this is going to divide us a lot because whether Trump, and that's fine, you got people out here right now. We see people, there are people who love Donald Trump. They absolutely love Donald Trump, and they're 100% in his corner. You got people in MAGA. They had bought apparel. They put flags. They actually have a store, just like a NFL store, a Gucci store. They have a Trump store. You can get all types of things about Donald Trump. Figures, bumper stickers, Bitcoin, all of that stuff, signed coins. You can get all of his. He has an entire store. And those people, they absolutely love Trump. Well, on the other side, there are people who love Obama. And that's what I don't understand, how they don't see this sort of the same way. Obama was an acting president. He won 2 elections. There are people who love him. So if you arrest him, how do you think that's going to affect the country? Because you can't say you're trying to bring the country together and you're arresting Donald Trump. I mean, you're arresting Barack Obama. Trump voters got what they voted for: high gas prices and a war. Yep. Yep. And Trump, once again, and this is Iran. And now this may be Trump's opportunity to call the troops back home. He's got 2 weeks and say, we're waiting to see. And then when we come back and we count our losses and deal with what's going on, maybe then. They also had to agree to no strikes. So that means Israel can't strike them. There are no more strikes tonight. They had to agree to no more strikes. He brought up Joe Biden. Woo. Yeah. Yeah, and it's the world we living in, man. This is Donald Trump. You can put this on Donald Trump. He's the one who won't let it die. It's over. The country's moved on. You have to move on from things for the betterment of the country. This would divide us in more ways than one. This is not what a president does. Your president does not divide you, he unites you. No, this is Obama derangement syndrome. This is Donald Trump who has Obama derangement syndrome. And you know what, bro? You guys say this like this man, this is Trump administration who's putting this out for the world to see. This is coming from the Trump administration. And we're trying to see. Let me see. We got the they said they got a whistleblower. Bureaucratic resistance and efforts to expose the manipulated intelligence behind the Russian collusion hoax. Director of National Intelligence Tulsi Gabbard released new documents which provide a firsthand account of the Intelligence Community Whistleblower relentless efforts to expose the egregious manipulation and manufacturing of intelligence. This is concerning the November 2016 election. At that time, concerns were raised about the use of discredited information, as then DNI Clapper and Central Intelligence Agency Director Brennan called to craft a 2017 Intelligence Community Assessment at Obama's request. Yeah, yeah. And that's as nuts so as this sounds. This is the world we're living in now. He says they should arrest Obama. He knew what he was doing then. Wow. A lot of people want this. This is what people don't understand. Many people think that the reason Bundy was pushed out because she wasn't arresting anybody. It was like, where's the Obama? Where's all of these people? You know, Fannie Willis in Georgia. Where are all these people? Why aren't you arresting these people? And they believe that's one of the reasons she was pushed out, because Trump wants them to go after people. It says Obama was born. He had a fake birth. Yeah. Yeah. That's nonsense right there, man. I wonder how Trump's going to be. Well, we'll see tomorrow, right? We'll see how it's processed that Trump backed down. He got a 2-week ceasefire. He can bring the troops home. And then what we're going to do, we're going back over there. We got our pilot. Let's get out of there. Let's get out of there. We got our man. We got our people. Let's come home. Yeah. And we're on the inside, brother. We're on the inside looking. So said Obama knew there was no proof. Obama knew this was a false allegation, as Comey knew the Steele documents were false from the start, and they pursued it anyway. And that's what Trump is saying. He was saying he had to run against that. The implication. And what about our country? What will we do as a people, as a country, if Obama, first black president, is arrested? How's that going to affect us as a people? What about the Republican Party? How's it going to affect them? So are they going to lose mostly the black vote completely? We saw it was growing. Will they take opportunity to actually lose the black vote, period, because of what they're doing to Barack Obama? It's a possibility. It's a possibility that the black vote is gone. If they arrest Barack Obama, they won't get one black voter. Probably for the next 300 years, they'll never get a black voter. Yeah, and that's a hell of a chance to take. He said, "You must not have been watching the trial hearings. Evidence speaks for itself. Why do you think the false charges against Trump wouldn't stick? Bottom line, concrete evidence convicts." Said, "Arrest him now." You know, I don't keep up with politics that much, but I have heard, the hardcore MAGA podcasters, the hardcore MAGA podcasters, they're big on arresting Obama. And they were saying Pam Bundy was fired because she wasn't doing her job. Her job was to come there and find out what's going on. And she wasn't arresting anybody. She wasn't charging people. And Trump has got him a new person there, and this guy's going to come in and he's going to start arresting people. He's going to start charging people. He's going to start going after the administration, the Obama administration, individuals, Hillary Clinton associated with that. And it says he's going to take a second look. He's going to re-examine a lot of this stuff. And we'll see how it holds up. We'll see if it carries any weight. Who? Let me see. Because you know what? We're so divided now that the hardcore MAGA, right? And now you got to understand what goes on their podcast. They're way beyond a Nick Fuentes, and Nick is a self-described racist, but he's really a moderate when it comes to his politics. These hardcore MAGA podcasters, they're extremists even with their politics. They want to see Clinton, they want to see Obama. They want to see them arrested. They want to see them charged. They wanted Pam Bundy to go out and start having people handcuffed. They have no problem with Trump weaponizing his judicial problem. They want him to do that. They want him to do it. I saw a guy, he was talking about drop a nuke on Iran. He was saying he didn't care. It's time to drop the nuke. And that's where you guys get it wrong, because you say, well, that's so lunatic fringe. That person is so extreme. Well, guess what? Those are their thoughts. Those are their opinions. And that's the way they see the world. That's the way they see the world. And if he does arrest Obama, I can tell you this, the Republicans they'll never get a black vote for the rest of their lives. Ever. Black people are never going to vote for Republican candidates if they arrest Barack Obama. So I would tell Trump, don't do it. It's a line of no return. You got 20% of the black male vote. If you arrest Obama, you're going to lose 100% of that. None of those guys will ever vote for Donald Trump or Republican ever again. It says, how many soldiers died because the enemy knew what we were doing, because Hillary Clinton's emails were not secure. Then she disposed of the, they beat The hard drives, they use bit bleach, and there's probably something way better than that. At the time, it was considered a really good way to clean out your hard drive. And then if you take the hard drive apart, which is not easy to do, the way they got those hard drives together now, man, those things are hard. You got to beat on that thing and beat on that thing and cut on it and cut on it and beat on it and beat on it. And then maybe you can get those drives loose, right? That's what you need to do. If you can just break the drive in half, then you can truly destroy the hard drive. But a hard drive, man, I can go out here, I can go find a hard drive that's in the junkyard that's out. I'm out fishing and boom, I find somebody's hard drive. It's nothing to put that thing back together, get that thing back going. Nothing. If it's just a hard drive that's just been tossed, oh, I can get that, and I can go and find if there's residue of what was on it. If they just deleted it and chunked it, you might as well just keep that information on there. It's still on there. So Nick Fuentes is not MAGA. Yeah. Well, he's Make America Great Again. No, he's Make MIGA. What is it? Make, what is it? It's not MAGA, it's MIGA. Make something. He's America First, my fault. America First. He said a hard drive has 4 screws, easy to open, but the applied vacuum would be ruined if you do not have a clean tank with a vacuum to reseal it. A hard drive has 3 screws. Okay, but you have to, if you want to truly get rid of your hard drive, right, you have to damage it. Just because you take those little screws off and it loses its vacuum, that don't mean it can't be correct. It could be fixed. It might not be 100%, but it can be, and you know what, bro? You don't even, I come over here and you get out and these guys just running their mouth. Let me tell you something, brother. Let me tell you something. When people throw away their old stuff, their old computers, they want to cleanse that stuff. You can have your ex-wife on there. You can have all types of, you and your wife, y'all enjoy certain things. You can have that all in your computer. You go and you erase that stuff, and that's all you do. Somebody can bring it back. And instead of listening to this clown, all you got to do is a little screwdriver. Screwdriver ain't going to save you, man. And I recommend people, I said, if you're going to dispose of your computer, remove the hard drive. Just take it out. Take it out. And if you can, it's not as easy. Well, I don't know what hard drive he got. You could take a sludge hammer and you can just beat it and beat it and beat it, and eventually it'll crack. And you cannot salvage that. It's ruined. And that's the whole point. You want to ruin it. We hope not, says no one arresting Obama. Okay. It's pending. He's got to file the charges first. And this is what's crazy about this. Hold up. What this guy said. She said, now she wants Obama arrested. She says, what a beautiful day that will be. You see that? Now, hold up. Then we turn around and a guy in the chat is saying, it ain't never going to happen. We're divided, man. We live in a country where we are all, I've never been in a country that's divided. One side wants to see the man held accountable. Another side don't even think that he will be held accountable. He said, I'm a former MCSE and ran a computer repair business for many years. Well, I hate to see your hard drives, brother, because whatever you're doing, I can retrieve all your data. I want you to just open it up and let the vacuum go, and then you cleaned it, okay? Or it's ruined. Oh, hey, that hard drive's ruined. Give it to me, and within an hour, I'll bring you back all your information, all the way back to the day you bought that computer. Every email, everything that was on your hard drive, I can retrieve. Give me about an hour. Yeah, you must be an old dude. This dude say he was in repair. You must have been repairing those floppy drives. Because these new computers, they're different. These phones, you when you gotta reset factory default on the phones. What are you talking about? This is a serious thing right here. This guy's just up here running off at his mouth. You got to unscrew something. Get out of here. Get out of here, bro. You and your screwdriver. Yeah, you the best computer repair man in the city. You and your screwdriver. Yeah, that's where I'm going to take my computer to get fixed. Mr. Screwdriver. Bro, somebody, you know what I'm saying? And this is the YouTube thing. Some of these people on YouTube, man, they're literally unbelievable, the things they say. The man said he can, all you need is a screwdriver, and he's been repairing computers for years. What? A screwdriver? Like the stream, man. Support the platform. Hit the Cash App. Hit the Super Chat. We're going to drop the link, man. We're going by what's reported, brother. And we sorry. We apologize if it hurt your feelings. But we going by what's reported. Now, I showed you the website. You can go see it yourself. What I would love, and I know it's not going to happen, I'd love to talk to someone who wants to see Obama arrested. Because I was listening to a podcaster and he was talking about it, and I couldn't believe the things he was saying. But no, he had a good 700, 900 people listening to him. And he was saying that Obama should be arrested. It was about the Pam Bondi. He was saying he didn't understand. He's like, he's late with her. She should have been put Obama in jail. He's talking about Comey and Clapper. And he didn't understand how these things weren't in motion or weren't happening. Well, they're in motion. They hadn't happened. Like the stream, man. Like the stream, man. Support the platform. We got the join link posted. I want to see what's going to happen with that Minnesota. Those two things in Minnesota, man. That's something else there, man. Said, yeah, he didn't do anything. Arrest Obama for what? He didn't do anything. You just want to put him to hurt him because he's black. Yeah. Well, no, I'm being for real. I listened to this guy. I was a white guy. I'm trying to see. I didn't get that, though. I didn't get that it was like a racial thing. This guy was just basically, he believed Trump. He believed that they was interfering with the election. This guy he was for Jan 6. He was for that. He sat up there and said he had no problem with it. He said that was Nancy Pelosi. She should have been arrested. He was naming off all of these people that Pam Bondi did not arrest. And he was saying, Trump should have got rid of her. She was not executing the arrest that he felt and he wanted. He felt that Nancy Pelosi with the Jan 6, he put that on her. Barack Obama with the election interference, Hillary Clinton with that, the administration of Barack Obama. He said, what's that guy? Eric, you know what I'm saying? He wanted to see him brought to justice. Yeah, and he had about 900 people listening to him, man. That was he was a hardcore MAGA guy. Holder, thank you. Eric Holder. And the thing about it, sometimes we be in our own echo chamber and we don't think these things exist. Some of us, and we're so divided that we don't know there's a entire system of beliefs. There are people out there believe every word Trump says. Every word. They live and die on it. Every word. When he said Barack Obama that he didn't have a birth certificate, there are people out there believe every word of that. They don't even question it. They don't even question it. They're happy Pam Bondi got fired. They was like saying she wasn't arresting nobody. I don't know what that means. I am a former IBEW. I work in the digital industry, and I have no idea what you're talking about, bro. And we're not even talking about that. Some guy in the chat brought that up. Good for you, man. You're in the IBEW union. Okay, good for you, man. We're talking about in the case of a discarded computer, you could reformat it, but what some people do is they just remove the hard drive. And that was the conversation. I don't know what you're talking about. You in a union and all of that, man. And you can do what you want with your computer. He said it takes 4 screws. You undo these 4 screws. Says really easy, but you lose vacuum. And I guess he was saying that once you lose the vacuum, the hard drive is rendered useless. Okay, I never heard that. I'll accept that's what he said. I never heard that. Oh, he said you cannot recover data from yes, you can. Oh, he said, look, check this out. And he says he knows, okay, like, you see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? He says you can recover data from a hard drive. You cannot. Some can. I can't. Yeah, I got you, man. And you know that. And you know I can't. Yeah, it makes sense. You know I can't. How would you know I can't? Thank you, sir. Data can always be recovered. Yeah, that's the point, man. Why are you making a big deal? Why are you getting into talking about I can't? The whole point was it can be the whole point if it's you and your wife got your honeymoon throughout the time, you've done things on there, you're a grown man, a grown woman, you know what you've done, you decide to turn that laptop over, maybe you want to sell it, maybe you put it on the social media, Facebook marketplace, and then you just do a full factory reset. Under ideal conditions, the data won't be recovered. But the truth is, and people know that data's still on there. It's just been deleted. But you can get that back. And that's my point. That's your wedding. Those are private moments you're sharing with your wife. You don't want that stuff out into the world. And no, I don't trust the factory reset. That's what I'm saying. I know it'll reboot, but it don't necessarily cleanse that hard drive. And that's the point. You know what? There you go. He said you take a drill and just put a drill. Okay. There you go. You're right. Get you a drill and drill through those discs, and then you don't have to worry about it. Then you throw it somewhere, it gets rained on, it's going to naturally deteriorate. So You're right. But that's my point, was you got to get to those discs. Yeah, we back with him, man. We're gonna see exactly what he's gonna do. He said, if formatted 5 times, known as a military white, it is done. I wonder about a magnet. What about what if you got the hard drive in one hand and you got a magnet in the other hand, and you press them two together for a while, 30 seconds, and then you take it out? Then what? Man, I have we still on this Trump thing, but I have reformatted computers and went, and you know how you got documents and you have all these different folders, and I reformatted, and I look at my hard drive and it's still showing data on it. So I go in there and boom, this is after a full reformat. I'm talking about, you know what it says, you want to delete, you cannot recover these files. Yes, boom. Third day, you're looking around and all of a sudden you say, wait a minute, I'm supposed to have more space. And there's a folder just sitting there, it just wasn't deleted. I don't know. I've seen it. That's what I'm saying. You can't trust it like that. That's my whole point, man. Something as important as a man and his wife's private moments, that's something that's very, very important. You got to make sure that stuff's removed. Man, these new ones almost impossible to reformat. They ask you about 15 times because they don't want you to do it. It's like trying to unsubscribe from Instagram. Man, it's hard to unsubscribe for them social. They get you in, man. They need you there. They ain't gonna let you unsubscribe. Not for that. Not put Obama in jail for helping provide more. Nope. Not for providing health care, but what they believe interfering with the election and trying to influence the election by putting out fake information, discredited information, and also making people think that Putin had a preference of Trump over Clinton. Like the stream, man. I hope not. I hope not. Somebody said all he's got to do is say he felt it was the best thing. So he would have immunity. Like the stream, man. You know, and you can see the MAGA people, they want this to happen. When they see this, they say, well, what have you been waiting for? When they see this, they say, what have you been waiting for? Let's go ahead and put this man, get rid of this man. What have you been waiting for? But then you come over here, you got people on here saying this is absurd, this will never happen. What's the reason? I invite you guys, do me a favor, man. Take time out, go listen to some of these MAGA podcasts. They'll bring you up to speed. Maybe it'll be eye-opening. You'll see so much corruption. But believe me, man, they'll bring you up to speed. I was thinking the way you guys were thinking for a while until I started listening to them, and it makes a lot of sense. Then they were saying Pam Bondi, you know, she wasn't arresting anybody. She wasn't doing the job that he hired her to do. She was not going after the Fannie Willises. He wasn't going after these people. Obama, she was not trying to put these people in jail. And they couldn't wait. They were ecstatic that Trump had got rid of her. They want Trump to get someone that's going to go in there and produce.
Be loyal. What's going on with you, Pat?
Yeah, what's up with you, Tabar?
Man, driving, fam. I got a long time tonight. It's about to be a long night. I see you was talking about. I see you got Obama up there. He's supposed to be getting arrested. They finally about to
Uh,
get him on these crimes they were charging him on. They want to charge him
yeah,
on.
yeah, they're saying he's compiling it. He's getting all his charges together. It says forthcoming. It's not going to happen today, but it's forthcoming.
Yeah, Trump got 2 years, so they about to. They got the evidence. I mean, say, man, like how you just said about that woman. I know when you was talking about it the other day, I was like, yeah, man, you got to be loyal to me. Like as far as Trump goes, you know what I'm saying? Whatever I got going on, I can understand you don't want to do certain things, but you ain't gonna get in here and play around on me. You ain't about to make me look bad. She trying to play it safe because she want to have a career. She want to be able to be around in 20 years.
But
You
that
know
ain't
what I'm
why.
saying?
That's not why he hired her, though.
I know. He had to do a job, and she chose not to do it.
And
Yeah,
hold
she
up, and
deserved.
why are people out there, Tabor, who don't want to deal with? He's the president, and he wants her to do these things. Why they don't? Well, you can't do that, or he never do that. I think he will do that. I think he made a mistake. He got the wrong person. When he puts the right person in that job, you're going to see charges. You're going to see Kash Patel do his job, and you're going to see the judicial system do its job.
I mean, he got an older man.
They said he's going to get him from Fox News. They were saying he's trying to find it. Somebody's still working at Fox News. He's very interested in.
I think after you did this live the last time, I seen somewhere they had like 2 other candidates, and I'm pretty sure no matter what anybody say, just being able to work in the White House, that's something to have on your resume, right? Especially when you start talking about private practices after the situation. She tried to play it safe. The reason why they don't want to do it because they don't want to look bad. She gonna look bad when you talking about dealing with Trump. You know, people can shame her. As a female, she'll cry it out. As a male, you really ain't about to cry about nothing. You gonna stand most dudes gonna stand their ground. And that's a lot of power to have, man. Not to be doing your job. Yeah, you gotta get those people from around you, man. That goes for anybody. Like when everybody should be beneficial around you, especially after you get a certain age. You should benefit. I told you before, either piece of money. And she should be doing her job. I mean, I've been around here locking up everybody for free. Oh, that's who you want me to go get? Let me go get them. I ain't
But
saying make up charges,
yeah,
but we know they will make up
well,
charges.
but you would almost have to just make up charges, wouldn't it?
Maybe people do it every day. As
So you
long
don't.
it. Go
You
ahead.
wouldn't have no problem with that. You go down there and lock Obama up and not think twice about how our country is going to process that.
It ain't what you know, it's what you can prove. That's what I'm saying, fam. And I didn't think that was the real thing, even though it come from Trading Day or whatever.
If
Like,
if he if he was to lock up Barack Obama right now, he's gaining, especially with black men. He's gaining. He got 20% of the vote. If he locks up Barack Obama, he doesn't get one vote ever again. The Republican Party won't get a vote from a black person for the next 300 years.
well, they don't get it anyway. He ain't go care. Man, didn't they arrest him? And he got a mug shot? Oh yeah, everybody can get it, big dog. I ain't gonna hold you, everyone. I don't, man, listen, if you looked at my dog wrong, you can get it. But he really been playing it cool. Cause it's been what, about a year? He really been playing it cool. Everybody can get it, man. Ain't no way. I'm a president, right? You embarrass me. Cause I can't remember no other president that got a mug shot, that got arrested, even if it was former. I can't remember in my lifetime. That was wrong, bro. That was wrong. And whoever had hands on it, yeah, I'm coming for you. That was during the Biden, what do you call that, right? Biden was his vice president. Yeah, everybody can get it. Y'all was plotting and planning on me. Everybody got to
What
get
about
it, bro.
what about the damage it does to America?
Man, damage already been done to America. We talking about Trump's ego. We talking about a man's ego. White, black, Indian, Hispanic, it don't matter. Man's ego. That's embarrassing, bro. You know what I'm saying?
What did
Go
Trump
ahead.
get arrested for?
I don't know. It was like 34 counts. Like it was, man,
No,
30.
he wasn't arrested for that. That was a
Man.
civil suit.
Well, he was charged 34 counts. It wasn't with the girl, right? Stormy Daniels. That wasn't for what it was for.
No, that was Cohen. Cohen had to take the hit on that.
Yeah, man, all that, I can't even remember what he got arrested for. I know he got a mug shot, bro. That is embarrassing, bro. That's embarrassing, bro. And then the cold part is somebody leaked it. How did they get it? That's embarrassing, bro. They could have kept it under wraps, but that's what I be saying about people that do something to you, right? They'll do something to you and want you to be cool with it, but when you do it to them, it's a problem.
He said, Tater says 34 felonies and civil liability for essay against E. Jean Carroll. Okay, that was a suit. That was a suit, but the interfering with the election in Atlanta or in Georgia, where he suggested that the person, if they could just find him 13,000 votes, and the guy was saying that I can't do that, and they got him on the phone saying it, and Fonnie Willis messed that up because she was in some type of relationship with
a felon.
With a who?
A criminal or a felon or something like that. Goofy. That's what I was telling you,
no,
man. I told you.
No, he's not a felon. They were doing something down there anyhow that messed it up, and they had to postpone it. The judge had to postpone it because they literally had to find new people to prosecute it, and that gave Trump more than enough time to run and win for the office.
Man, I think it was Fannie, man. She was out here, either she was cheating on her husband or she was taking trips. Man, they was doing all kind of treacherous things in Atlanta on the taxpayer dollar. And they was proving it. And the crazy part is how you throwing stones and you know your situation is messed up. You trying to go after somebody like he ain't got no pull. None at all. You think he ain't got nobody in your office that'll rat you out? Just for a bigger play or a good payday, a nice retirement fund? He could have put $100K. I ain't gonna say on your head, but like $100K for like information, and they paid him out, and he got all the information he needs. Yeah, man, that's embarrassing, bro. 34. They got people out here that get one charge, and it's embarrassing and it's a detriment to his life. And the dude kept going though, and became president again. Yeah, bro. Everybody can get it, man. Disrespectfully, not even respectfully, disrespectfully, everybody can get it and should get it, bro. And y'all should be scared and nervous because you can make up lies in court and people can pin it on you. They talk, say, didn't that get thrown out? It was like 32 of them got thrown out.
Mm-hmm.
So when you look at it like that, man, that's disrespectful, bro. That's what one of the things that I can respect about him, man, real talk, because when people do stuff like that to you and you just play it cool from the back, you know what I'm saying? Like he could have been out here tripping and, on internet sliding on them or whatever, but he didn't. He played it cool, got back in power. Now I'm a real problem for you. I got everything at my disposal. Nobody's safe in your family. I got local police officers locking up your brother, your mama, your kids. Bro, I'm telling you, bro. I would be a man. Nah, bro. They deserve it, bro. They did them wrong. And that ain't even a presidential thing. That's a man-to-man, the disrespect that we got to face out here on a daily basis. People playing in our faces, making you look bad. Like that's never going nowhere. That was all over the news for weeks. But nonetheless, they'll let you know you can be charged as a president. So if y'all get y'all weight up.
Hold on. I don't know exactly what it entails, but somebody said they can only make him testify or whatever. Whatever they can legally do. But the Trump is trying to do it. So if it can't be done, it won't be done. But he certainly is not saying forget about it, because they've done it a couple of times. They keep having a full press conference. They invite the media in, and Tulsi Gabbard goes and it says exactly what she's trying to do.
Yeah, man, they deserve it, bro. Everybody that did them wrong, especially on some being vindictive and spiteful, just because you don't like them, like, y'all ain't got to play fair, but, you take a kid toy at the sandbox, it's going to be a problem, G. It got to be a problem. One of these days, he going to come back and knock you in your head. You ain't going to be playing with my toys and disrespect it like that, fam.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, bro. I hope he get them. I hope he get everybody, bro. Because like I told you, I faced a situation like that, and I felt like I didn't have no power. And I really didn't. I didn't have no money. I couldn't, I can fight them, but we talking about people that can afford the best lawyers that will dog walk me in court and can stick something on me. So it's just like, go ahead, tuck your tail, DT. Get up out of here. Don't make it worse than what it is. Don't try to, it's a choose your battle situation. I like how he played it, bro. He played it cool. As a man, got to play it sometimes. It'd be cool. Fall back. Let it die down. And then when you start kicking up dust, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I'm ready for it, though, bro. I'm ready to see that one. And I don't even watch politics like that, but I'm ready to see that. Because I seen what they was doing to him. That was a bad day, man. And you talking about what it was looking like? Look what they did to him. So how did the people that supported him feel?
But that has nothing to do with he wasn't the president at the time.
Who, Trump, was it?
No, when they charged him with the SA, he wasn't a president.
Good. Obama ain't the president now. So go get him. So we fell.
Okay. I'm not even gonna try to unravel that one, brother.
I'm just saying, fam. It's fair. If we go on a war, and me and you got a problem with each other, I mean, we can play it a lot of ways. We can play it a lot of ways, man. And respectfully, payback is payback, man. Payback is payback. And how you do it is everything. He can get out here and smear his name way worse than what he did. Because I'm pretty sure they found what they could on him and charged him with everything they possibly could. He can do the same thing. He can go back far. They can bring up his childhood, and he got the power to do it.
You want to see it happen, Tabor?
Man, listen, I'm all for a person getting their get back on high levels, bro.
Do you want to see it happen, or you don't care if it happens?
I want to see it.
So you want to see Obama arrested?
It ain't about Obama. It's whoever did him bad.
Okay, well, what about Obama? You want to see Obama, whatever they can do to a president? I mean, I don't know how they would even handle that.
Take him out.
You want to see him charged? You want to see him charged?
Everything, fam.
And hold up, and that wouldn't have anything to do with how you look at Trump.
No. I look at Trump as a man just like me, who was falsely accused, who was put in handcuffs, and for the most part, I couldn't do nothing about it.
I don't know if he was ever put in handcuffs.
Man, they got a mugshot. I mean,
well,
maybe not.
No, he turned himself in, but no, I don't think he was ever put in handcuffs.
Okay, well, maybe not handcuffs, but that's still embarrassing, bro. The charges alone, the fact he had to go through it, a nice walk of shame. Didn't they pick him up at Mar-a-Lago?
Why did he ask the governor or whatever to give him some votes?
I mean, why not? They do different things. I'm saying, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we talking politics, so different things go get said. We don't be privy to all the calls, but somebody recorded it, bro.
Yeah, but that's illegal though, man. I can't call the governor of Mississippi and say, hey, can you find me 15,000 votes? I mean, like, how's he gonna do that?
You say that, but in reality, if you really wanted the power, you could you if you really wanted the power you were seeking, technically you would almost do anything. Maybe you won't, but there's clearly people will. But somebody leaked that call. Who leaked that call? I want him too. Whoever, I don't care. Listen, I don't care if it was 5 people in that security room and nobody's talking. All y'all get it. I got a cell for all y'all.
Well, don't you believe in freedom of press?
Absolutely not.
Do you know what do you understand the country we live in?
Yep.
But you don't believe in freedom of press?
Absolutely not. Now, when you're talking about something like that,
talking about something like what?
like you talking about somebody recording your phone call and putting that out there. Ain't
Well,
that invasion of privacy?
No. Why are you giving out information in unsecured spaces?
Oh, it was unsecured? I mean, it don't even matter. It's the president. He running for office. Man, they didn't have to do that. But that's what I'm saying about cats playing it dirty.
If you're a reporter for CNN or MSNBC or whatever they call it now, if you're a reporter and while you're doing your White House duty, you overhear information, you're supposed to put that out. Now, if they turn around and say, that's classified information, take that reporter in custody, well, he'll have his day in court. I agree with that. He'll have his day in court, but no, they really can't, because a reporter is supposed to put out information. And you're supposed to protect sensitive information. That's how that works. Right. You can't say, I'm going to say classified stuff at my press conference, and then when they print it, I want to accuse them of printing classified information. You're not supposed to say that. You're not supposed to put out anything. You're not supposed to put out war plans. You're not supposed to put any of that stuff out. It is actually their obligation, if they find out something, to inform the public. And now, as far as leakers and stuff, that's a little bit different. That's somebody
you really think he
No, that's somebody who's been entrusted with certain things, and then that person deliberately goes out and leaks the information to the press. That's different.
So that's what I'm saying. So you think the person so did the press person hear it? Like, did they really hear it?
I saw Trump yelling at the guy, but I don't know who it was, and all I know what you're saying, how, and I don't know.
Okay, so at that point, you in my household, I feel violated. From here on out, press can't even be there like that. Because you can't tell me they obligated to be there too.
He says they couldn't arrest anyone. Lisa Cook, Letitia James, James Powell, Fauci, they couldn't build a case even after all the weaponization. Comey, they bought Comey, and remember that? And I think that's why he got rid of Pam Bondi, because he's looking and saying, how come none of these people are being held accountable? And she didn't give him
information out there.
No, she didn't give him the response he expected, so he got rid of her.
Yeah, because there's information. Even, let's say, I don't know if they're attached to that call, but let's say, for instance, they had other things going on. I'm pretty sure there's some other things that you can dig up on these folks, and you ain't looking. Yeah, what am I paying you for? You supposed to be my pit bull. You in my pocket. I ain't in yours. And I'm your boss. So you don't want to do your job, you easily replaceable. Everybody's replaceable. You know, you have your choice of actually stepping when you in position, and you don't want to step. Hey, didn't y'all say who said she was coaching somewhere? Or am I talking about somebody else?
I don't know.
When y'all brought it up. Somebody brought up coaching at Kentucky. Was that her?
Who coaching at Kentucky? What are you talking about?
Maybe they're talking about another chick. It was on the live when y'all was talking about it. My phone, I was in a bad area.
I don't remember.
Yeah,
I don't know.
She gotta go. She gotta go, fam. That's it, man. People just be disrespectful, man. Like, no matter what, you don't have to like your job, but you got to do your job. You may not like your boss, but you got to respect your boss. You feel what I'm saying?
Well, the problem with that, Tabor, is they lose their her bar. She can lose her license to practice law. You really have to be. You have to know there's a rules of engagement with how you do that. If somebody just tell you, "Hey, go and arrest this person," and there's no evidence, they don't trust you to practice law.
But a case can be built on something.
You ain't supposed to do that, but that's weaponizing the system. If that's the whole thing. If you do have a case, you got to have enough evidence for a conviction. You're not supposed to just bring a case just to harass the people.
I mean, it sounds like that's what they did to him.
But he did that when he did that when he was a civilian. He was not president when he was accused of that stuff.
I mean, everybody got some skeletons in the closet. You can find them.
Do you have skeletons like that in your closet?
What kind? When you say skeletons, what skeletons? Like doing something treacherous to people?
You essayed a woman in a dressing room, what, 15, 20 years ago.
Nah.
That's what I'm saying. That's what they accused him of. So
15 years ago, I had some charges put on me that I had to get out of. And I'll never forget, and I was on probation. So that's why it matters to me. You know what I'm saying? People can dig up and say whatever they want to. And once that information is on them court transcripts, man, people can paint a narrative about you. And it's just like, dang, it wasn't even that serious. You know, I mean, they got other situations we didn't see pop up, and men, you know, got treated a certain way. That's the what, Jonathan Majors to Johnny Depp. And then you find out and you see the evidence, and it's just like, man, you ruined this person's life for no reason. Just lying because you feel a way. And certain people was painting certain things. And man, when it comes to Johnny Depp, it ain't even about his skin color. It's about the fact that I enjoy Pirates of the Caribbean, and we will never get another one because of a lie another person told. Jonathan Major was on his way up, and because of a lie, despite what we was watching on TV, he still lost what he lost. That's wrong, bro. That's wrong. Everybody, I'm just me. I would, man, my lawyer got to go find something. Listen, go find something. Don't come back to me until you find something. Find something I can charge him with. I'm telling you, man, because it ain't no rules when the get back coming. Ain't no rules. We at war with each other.
Yeah, but they wouldn't get a black vote if they did that.
But why would Trump need any more votes? I'm just asking. What is he gonna run for?
He needed 13,000 in Georgia.
Yeah, but now he president. I would weaponize everybody. He was able to weaponize the military. So what make the lawyer think she can't be weaponized and make it look legal?
You want somebody prosecuted who's not guilty?
Now I got prosecuted.
Do you want somebody to be prosecuted who's not guilty?
If they came at me, I'm just telling you, if they came at me. And you know what? If there was a point in my life that I would go out my way to prove my baby mom was a certain way to me, but in reality, when I just like really sit down with myself, I was just like, you know what? This is my child's mother. If I crash out, if I go do something to this woman, it's gonna affect my child. That's the way I see it. Right? But when you start talking about somebody that ain't your blood, that has no ties to you, and they do something to you, like, nah, man, it ain't no sympathy, empathy, it ain't none of that.
Yeah, you're right.
Just go get them. Just go get them, fam. However, go ahead.
That's hard to do, though. A lot of people still in touch with their humanity.
Yeah, bro.
A lot of people, even though they get done wrong, they still wrestle with doing something wrong to that other person.
Yeah, and that's why I can see it on, like, for at least my situation or either anybody else's. You know, men just walking away because for the most part, if I don't walk away, like I'll be best, even in my situation, I'll be best just to walk away, go get it together. And when my baby girl call, I have it together for her. Despite what her mama said, what has been done, I just need to get right. I need to survive. I need to get it together. You understand what I'm saying? Because one day she gonna be grown, and me coming up with excuses of why I didn't get it together, so she can at least have some type of resources to have access to. You know what I'm saying? Like, on my end, I feel like that'll be wrong. It just would be wrong for me. You know what I'm saying? So I just, everybody don't feel like that, because on the flip side, my baby mom didn't feel like that towards me. She did what she did. That's me
Is that is
personally.
that
So
is that when you changed, when your baby mom did that horrible thing to you?
yeah,
You think that's when you lost faith in humanity?
yeah,
You think that's why it's so you're so dog eat dog type in the way you
yeah,
live now?
yeah. Because if I can lay next to a woman and have a kid with her, and she'll do me like that, man, I ain't safe. Just saying,
There
we
you
talking
go.
about somebody I lay next to. You know, we got a kid together. Like, again, I can do something, but man, what good am I gonna do to my kid? I'm locked up, her mama, a situation. I don't want to do that, bro. I don't want to be that type of person. You know what I'm saying? So I gotta be realistic with myself. I try to stay away from people because I never want nobody to put me in that position again. So no matter what I gotta do to just stay afloat on my own, I'm willing to do it. No matter what, man, I'm just willing to do it. I don't want to get in no trouble with nobody. You know, I don't know, I don't want to be too close to nobody. It's just safer like that for me. And it's worked out. But yeah, everybody gotta get it, man. Everybody gotta get it, bro. You trying to tarnish my name. Yeah, man. The private meetings are treacherous, I'm telling you. And if he go on a war like this, like we say, over nothing, imagine what he about to do to these folks when he get the right person in position. People go sing. They go be dropping bags. What, 20 grand for some information? People go be telling. Wives are turned against you. Family members are turned against you. Not to mention what he can do on the back end to your life as far as like destroying you. Call back loans with the bank. It may sound petty, but bro, I'll be out here messing up credit scores, repossessing cars. I'm telling you, be losing jobs out here. Yeah, the
Hmm.
whole family can get it, bro. The whole family, man. Start stopping things.
Are
I
you
think that,
driving? Are you driving right now?
yeah, I'm always driving, man, for the most part.
You know, so you know that truck that good where you just drive, it don't affect you
I'm
talking
comfortable.
like that. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm double down, one hand on the wheel, focused though.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah, that's what it is. This I love driving though. I've always have. When my mom used to take us back to like Louisiana when we was younger, I just always wanted to drive. And then it was a memory from back in the day. My dad used to take me drive. You know, country boy sitting on his lap. You know, we sliding in the streets. So I remember that. It's one of my few good memories. But yeah, loving the drive, man. I'm at peace. It's just me, God, and my thoughts. And this road helped me get through a lot though. But nonetheless, man, yeah, fam, I wouldn't feel sorry for none of them, bro. Whatever I can get on you, I'm going to get it. I, bro, I make up things on people, bro. And even if it don't stick in court, it's on your record. It's what you was indicted for. Now you can go fight these folks in court. They may throw out 32 of them, but 2 of them may stick. Some go stick. Some he gonna have hard their evidence on, even if the rest of them was just like, man, he didn't do that. But he'd be like, I ain't don't even matter. I just wanted to put it on them. And
Hmm.
even and even if at a situation where the bar situation, I get that, right? Still, she can still do private counseling, I'm pretty sure. Like she even, I mean, but people want to practice law. I can, because you put so much time in. But you know, if the bag big enough, people sit down, or at least what they can only. But they can't just bar you forever, right? It's like it's a process. Maybe 5 years at
Uh,
first, or 10.
well, the problem with that is, as a lawyer, you need to have that certification that
What?
you have a license to practice law. So if you lose it, you still are, well, you can't practice law, but you're a lawyer. But most people are going to try to find one who has a license to practice. But yeah, if you broke and stuff like that, then I mean, like say your money ate up. So there's a guy you know about, he lost his license for whatever reason. Say he was alcoholic or something, he lost his license. But you go to him for legal advice. You can, but remember, he doesn't have his license.
Yeah. So it's gonna be. He may play in the gray area. He may play in it,
Mm-hmm.
man. And you know what? I don't know if you ever see. You ever seen the show Suits on USA?
Mm-hmm. Mm.
Great show. I love that
I
show.
don't know if it's
I,
on USA anymore.
nah, it ain't. It's off. I know they got a Suits LA. First season. I think it came out like last year, a couple years ago. Hopefully they keep doing that. But just looking at how they played it within the law. But also there was a show called Axe Capital. It's Axe Billions, right? And the law, the way they used to twist the law in that, because one of the dudes that was on Suits, played Daniel Hardman or something like that. He played on Billions. He was a big dude over there. Um, but just the way they twist the law. But you can find what you want if you know how to, I guess, put the paperwork together and pay the witnesses. Because I mean, we know they pay witnesses, and they'll come out and they gonna say what they gonna say. And you don't know what he may bring up on Obama. He can go back to college times and find some girls that Obama messed with. You know what I'm saying? Like they do stuff like that, bro. They just do stuff like that. Man, I'm here for it, bro.
It says disbarred attorney cannot practice law, offer legal advice, or appear in a court. A simple Google search. Yeah, see, when you need it, you don't need it from someone who's disbarred. So they may know how to do stuff, but just that's taking a chance too.
Yeah. And so see with something like that, they can't ever take her education from her. So another lawyer that talks to her in private, like that's a different conversation. So I'm not even talking about sitting in a conference room within a building and people see you. We talking about somebody pulling up to your house on a Sunday, having a couple glasses of wine, and she helping you review a case, and she breaking some things down that you don't see, because the knowledge gonna be the knowledge. And I ain't saying I want the chick to get in trouble, but man, again, do your job and make me look good. Because
Yeah,
if
but
who
they can't arrest Obama, or they can't, whatever legally they can do, they can't do that to him because A, it would affect Trump as far as black voters, and B, it would divide the country wider than it's already divided right now.
man, how? It's already divided. It's been as wide as it's gonna be. It can't get no wider. And I guess what's something coming up to where I guess what is midterms you was talking about a couple weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
Like so, but that's not something that he got to get more votes for to stay in office, right? So again, that's why I asked you, what did he need black votes for now, as sitting president on his last term? He
He needs every vote he can get.
to do what though?
Well, the Republican Party needs the votes.
Oh, and you think? And I think you said something about that earlier about it falling on the Republicans. I don't know, man.
Yeah,
I mean,
if
if
we were to accuse Obama. Well, he's already done that, but he's to charge Obama. That's going to affect his status in the black community as far as them feeling comfortable with supporting him.
I don't think he care. I don't think he would care. Not only did he make his money, but what everybody was saying before, he was a Democrat, then he switched Republican just so he can run for president. Well, he don't care about the party like that. He cared about the position of power, and however he had to play the game, he got in office. That's the way I see it. I mean, tell me I'm tripping.
Mm-hmm.
That's just the way I see it with that, man. He ain't gonna care about the party when he get out. He got his 2 terms. He on that list twice in stone. He got president behind it, or former president behind his name. His price is going up for everything. Even his consulting fees go be crazy when he get out that office. Because somebody go pay them consulting fees. And I'm pretty sure he making a lot of money in the office right now. But we just don't know. Because he gonna come out richer than what he went in. They always do.
It's possible.
They always do. They always do, man. I ain't seen one president that have it. They going with a little bit of paper, but Obama, he up 100 mil right now? It's a lot of bread to say you was only getting paid $500,000 a year.
Well, he wasn't really doing it for money, though.
You don't think so? You don't think politicians do it for money?
A lot of them don't. Some of them do it. You want people. A public life is a life of service. It's not. That's private life. If you want money, you stay in the private sector.
Yeah, but to having that power after the fact, that go a long way, man. I would think. You know, used to be a senator or used to be a governor. No matter where you going after that, the price going up for my times and services. Lawyer or whatever I was before, businessman, that's people gonna look at you a certain way after you done been a senator, a governor, a mayor. And like I say, in his case, a president. Something gonna shake. You know, he gonna have his hands in something because he had his hand in so much before he went. I hope he get him, man. I hope he get him as a person that was done the same way. And I think that's the reason why I kind of like him. But nonetheless, he the president. So anybody, I ain't about to get online and talk crazy about the president. I may not like what he do. I may not like his personal life. I mean, his wife may not look good to me. You feel what I'm saying? But homie's still in power, man. And I gotta respect that. Cause that means he has some people that support what he say. And that's powerful. For people to give up like their time and energy and they arguing online about who you are and nah, he didn't say that, but people saying you said that. Like against all odds. Some Tupac type situation against all odds. My bad plan. You be like, I can't be talking about the streets with politics. That ain't the same.
Right. Yeah, it's not the same. I got you though, man. That's what you believe. And you need to go. We put the link to the story. It's right there on DNI's website, Tulsi Gabbard. They've hinted. We know Pam Bondi was fired. Many of the MAGA people said it was because she wasn't making the arrest. She wasn't doing the things that Trump wants her to do. Fonnie Willis, no charges. I go get that. What's that? Letitia, no charges. Eric Holder, Barack Obama, all of his whole administration. Where are the charges? So he got rid of Pam Bondi. It was more than just the Epstein files. He got rid of her.
What do you mean more than just the Epstein files?
Well, she was over that, but it was more than that. She wasn't doing enough.
Oh, well, she was supposed to go get some people out of that too?
Yeah.
Yeah, she dropped the ball. because everybody looking for that. I mean, we know
You think
CEOs step
you
down
think
of
that's
company.
you think that's her fault?
Absolutely.
The Epstein files. What's
She
she
should
supposed
be.
to do? What's she supposed to do with
Somebody
them?
should be. Somebody's supposed to be getting arrested, man. Cause there ain't no way. But that's what I was telling you earlier about just the overall system and knowing what it is. Like you telling me all them names dropping, ain't nobody getting arrested, nobody getting indicted, nobody go catch no charges. And then homie was locked up what 4 years ago, maybe. And then he must. I ain't gonna say mysteriously just gone, but he gone. You feel what I'm saying? Like, and nah, man, that just don't add up. That just don't. It's like who is she protecting? Because I'm pretty sure she got some information. She had access to files that we would never have access to. All the redacted files that we see, yeah, she know what's in under them black lines. I know she know. And having that type of information, so why? You know what? In the next few years, she'll probably write a book. If she can get away with it, she go write a book. They always come out with a book. Grab a bag.
Mm-hmm.
Now she doing a press run. You know, everybody want to read what she know. It'd be a mediocre book with some couple of good highlights. All the good highlights gonna be online. I don't know, man. People just weird. That's weird that nobody caught no charges though, bro. Nobody, fam. And then look at the Diddy situation compared to that. Like that was Diddy was out here with grown people. And I don't get that argument with that. But you know, you talking about people that can't protect themselves. That's what I mean. People allow that to go on. We all watching the same show on the world stage. And these are our babies we talking about. Like we can't protect them. Y'all not protecting them. You know what I'm saying? Like, where do they really go to be protected if we can't protect them right here on our own land, in our own homes? And people with a couple dollars, well, I can't say a couple dollars, more than a couple dollars, can do what they want to do. You can't even fight these folks. It's too much money to fight them because it's too many people involved. I don't know, man. I'm hoping the next person that come through really start knocking heads. Like every day we see somebody new. Boys gonna be running like Russell. They gonna be overseas. They gonna be overseas running, man, changing their faces. Yeah, I can see that. I can see that, man. You don't think
Um,
nobody? Go ahead. My bad.
no, I think that Trump, they got a thing called the Overton window. And the Overton window is something whenever there's a social society has a certain belief, and you have to be careful when you push the limits. But over time, if you keep if you keep bringing it up, you can widen that window. And this is Overton window. He keeps alleging he's going to arrest Obama. He keeps suggesting it's going to happen. He keeps suggesting there's a whistleblower. He keeps suggesting there's evidence out there. He keeps suggesting. So what happens is he gets the Overton window wide enough where people accept it. People say, well, if he's guilty, we accept it. Right now, because we saw the reaction in chat, a lot of people saying it's absurd, arresting Obama or whatever he can do to a president that's going too far. And so that's why you haven't seen it done. They're trying to get it open, though, believe me.
I mean, it's fair game. Obama was a former president. At that time, Trump was a former president. The only difference is Trump is in power now. So that's a home field advantage to the highest degree. Now he could have
Mm-hmm.
played it. He could have waited until he got out the office to do it, but now he got access to too much. He know too much. Somebody go say something. Somebody go be loyal to Trump. He go put some paper. All you gotta do is grease a couple palms, man. And we know boys out here talking. They talking for Popeye's chicken in the interrogation room. So a couple M's or something like that. We talking about something real damaging. Yeah, man. Somebody gonna talk. Somebody always willing to talk, especially when they got a financial problem, like you said earlier. Pockets ain't together. They getting older. They became what they wanted to become. Here's a payday. It's your opportunity, and all you got to do is do what you need to do and duck off. Go get you that cabin in the woods you've been wanting. Go skiing. You in there, you over there in Vail in Denver, over there skiing every year, chilling. Just saying, bro. I ain't saying I snitch, but I know I wouldn't let nobody play with me, bro. Not like that. Not like that, bro. I
Well, if
bring
you
up
do that,
memories,
what
man.
happens? What happens when you let people play with you, Taboo?
You could fall into a state of depression and never come out of it. People get married, right? People get their kids taken, feel like they was doing everything they can. And homie probably was. And then he lose everything. He don't get to see his kids no more. And we talking about losing your kids at 9, 10, 5, 6. The relationship ain't never gonna be the same. You don't know what the other person's saying about you. You get older, they think you didn't abandon them, and it was never nothing like that. You ain't never got the story. That's depressing, man. You worked your whole life. You going into retirement. There was a dude online. He was a truck driver. He was online crying, bro. I felt so bad for him because I was
Life
like,
is hard. Yeah. Life's
man, like
hard, man.
life
It can
hard,
break.
bro.
It can break you, man.
Yeah, it can break you, and then that's when you start doing or wanting to do something to yourself, and like the soldiers, you say, come home and it be a certain way for them,
Yeah.
and they never get out of it, bro. You can't ever shake them back, no matter who it is. Kid can talk to him, the family can love him, and he just possibly go on drugs bad.
Hmm.
When y'all find him, he's somewhere under a bridge, and he don't even know who he is no more.
You think Trump really believes Obama, Hillary, and his administration was messing around that fake dossier and interfering with the election, or does he just want to humble Obama and
I think
show him he's got the power?
I think a little bit of both, as he should. Biden was his Biden. That Biden, if Biden was when he went in, right? It was during that time when Biden was in office that he went in. Biden, his folk, they connected. Everybody got to get it. The situation with his son, right, and all of the videos that came out, yeah, bro, it's a little bit of both. I think somebody knows something, and he probably got the evidence, but it got to be like you say, compiled in the case. It gotta make sense, and then it gotta be
As
believable.
as a black man, it doesn't affect you if I mean I don't know if he can arrest Obama if he charges Obama. That don't affect you as a black man.
Nah, it can't. It can't, bro. I'm not. I'm too old to be walking around talking about symbolism. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Hmm.
nah. And I know I voted, and I personally didn't get nothing out the situation. It was the one and only time I've ever voted, and I vowed to never vote again. I watched what went on for them 8 years. I watched them little kids be on TV and things happen, and nobody was really applying no pressure when it could have been applied. But I get it. He gotta play it a certain way. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't making an example out of people, man. He could have, but at the same time, he can't. So he go play it to the best of his ability, so his family can be cool and they ain't got nothing to worry about. I get it. I know it's the what the rooster the the hens come home or something, whatever, the saying back in the day. The chicken come home, the hats or whatever. I can't even say it right, but yeah, bro. Yeah, give them that work, bro, for your ego. Men, this is what I was telling you a couple weeks ago. Men destroy other men, man, and it don't have to be like that. But it's always gonna be some men at the bottom. And when a man get enough power, man, you don't know how he go strike. He can. There's gonna be two types. There gonna be the ones that's gonna get it right then and there, and then there's gonna be the ones that's gonna play it cool and do it in a way that you ain't gonna expect it and when you least expect it. And when they strike, they're gonna strike hard, they're gonna strike fast, and they're gonna be vicious about it. So I think it gotta be done. You know what I'm saying? I get the black vote situation, but it's what I said, bro. What have we been getting? We ain't never been getting nothing. We gotta argue. You know what I'm saying? We watch other people get. We watch money get spread around. America's starving too. You know, and you gotta watch other people come in here and just get out the gate. I mean, get it out the what do you call that? Get it right off when they get out the plane. You know, the cats is in New York living good. Man, they was real people out here going to work every day, and we struggling. I ain't gonna say we, but you know, they struggling. They can't take family vacations. It's no days off. They showing up sick. They gotta pay for child care, and that's a certain amount of money every month coming out their pocket. You know, they ain't getting food stamps, but they working hard and they paying into a system that they can't even benefit from just because they making a little bit more than what you could make to get stamps, a decent amount. You know, you gotta watch that go on, man. That's that's too crazy, man. I'm all for a person coming up, but watching stuff like that go on, nah, bro. Nah, I think certain things gotta be a stop put to it, bro. You know, we gotta. I can say take care of home, cause I'm an advocate for that. But at the same time, when you try and take care of home and you barely surviving out here, nah, bro, that ain't it. That ain't it, man. That ain't it.
I got you, man. And hey, I appreciate you, Tabor.
For
We
sure,
want to
bro.
bring this up. Yeah, this has been a story, and we're keeping up with this story. I wanted to bring it up, and I brought it up now because of Trump. I pretty much knew he was going to fold, and we'll see. Is he going to use this opportunity to pull the troops out? Is he going to
Why would he
say,
do that?
"Hey, oh, he's got 2 weeks"?
2 weeks before he gotta hit somebody. This what you talking about? We were talking about kind of earlier.
He got 2 week ceasefire. This opportunity for him to pull the troops out of, point the ships back home, bring the troops back home. There's a ceasefire. They both agreed. Israel said they won't strike them. They say they won't strike Israel. This is a time for them to get out of there now.
You think he gonna come home?
I don't know what Trump's going to do. I don't know. That's what I'm saying. We'll find out.
Yeah, I know he ain't coming, but we can wait on it. We can wait on it, bro.
Yeah, but all right, Tabor.
All right, man. You be cool.
Appreciate you, man, and be careful on that road, man.
For sure, man.
Okay.
All right.
Now on the offset situation, right? We're not. You know what? It'll be. I'm not getting into that. I'm not getting into the Gucci Man stuff. It's plenty of podcasters who really, really break it down. Not. That's just not now at this moment. Just no interest, right? And said something about Offset got a gambling problem. Let me tell you something. If you $900,000 in debt gambling, you don't have a gambling problem. You got a winning problem. You can't win a bet. Some issue. Well, I don't even know why you're doing it at all, because all you're doing is losing. That's a losing problem. So, but hey, that's how that stuff. When you win money, but that's the way it's set up. You'll win something. Say you win 60,000. Within the next 2-3 years, you're gonna give it back because you're gonna think it's gonna hit. You're gonna hit again. That may not happen for another 5 years, where you get a significant hit. You're gonna win, but you ain't gonna win like you won 60. You ain't gonna hit that. It's just all of that stuff is odds. It's mathematics. It's just odds. They just know the likelihood of you since you've already hit the odds of you, someone who's already hit, winning a significant amount again is just so low. It's there though. It's a possibility. More than likely, it's not going to happen. And they ain't worried about it. That's why Offset is $900,000 in debt, because he goes in there and he just loses. And they said the casinos ratted him out. We don't know what's going on there, man. We got to wait and see. You got to wait and see. Coffee Girl said about freaking time. See, she wants to see. This is what people need to understand. She wants to see it happen. That's what a lot of people get lost. There are people out there who wants it. They want this to happen. They'll arrest. I mean, whatever they're going to do, the prosecution. How about that of Obama? They want to see it happen. And you come over here and people are saying that's absurd. Ain't gonna never happen. Ain't gonna never happen. Ain't gonna never happen. We'll see. We'll see. And that's why Bondi got bounced up out of there, because she wasn't arresting anyone. Like the stream, man. Subscribe to the channel, man. Support the platform.